This is TechCrunch. So there's a version of a tech conference that you might be familiar with, where you fly somewhere expensive, you sit through a lot of panels, you collect business cards that you will never follow up on, and then you fly home. Well, SusHi Tech Tokyo 2026 was deliberately designed to be the opposite of that. When 60,000 attendees descend on Tokyo Big Sight between April 27th through the 29th, the headline numbers are pretty hard to ignore. 750 startup exhibitors, 151 sessions, city leaders from 49 countries. But the stat that tells you what kind of event this actually is, it's 10,000 facilitated business meetings, brokered, booked, and tracked before most attendees even land. SusHi Tech's official app is less event guide and more matchmaking engine. Before the conference opens, attendees register their profile and describe what they are looking for. The app's AI surfaces recommendations, opens a direct message channel, and lets you pre-book one of the venue's expanded meeting spaces. On the floor, QR code business card exchange replaces the fumbling for a card moment. It's a small thing that signals a larger philosophy, though. Remove the friction between the people who should be talking. That deal-making ethos extends to the startup pitch competition. TechCrunch's Startup Battlefield Program Manager Isabel Johansson will select one standout startup well-suited to the North American market from the semifinalists to advance to the TechCrunch Disrupt Startup Battlefield 200, a launchpad to one of the industry's most prestigious stages. Now, one of SusHi Tech's more interesting structural choices is the reverse pitch format. Rather than startups lining up to impress big companies, corporates and city governments take the stage to present their unsolved challenges and then invite startups to propose solutions. This year, Moritz Bay and Rome are both running reverse pitch sessions, essentially issuing public RFPs to a global startup audience. On the corporate side, 62 partner companies, including Sony, Google, Microsoft, and Mizuho, are hosting dedicated open innovation exhibits and sessions, actively hunting for collaborators. 12 domain-specific clusters spanning logistics, life sciences, railways, and climate tech are also exhibiting for the first time, each looking to co-create with startups rather than simply observe them. Of the 750 exhibitors, 400 come from outside of Japan, a genuine cross-section of the global startup ecosystem. City partners from 25 countries and regions bring their own cohorts with an explicit mandate to connect startups to Japanese partners in capital. A new group of 45 SusHi Tech global startups, or growth stage Japanese companies backed by Tokyo Metropolitan Government, are making their global debut in a dedicated pavilion. For international founders and investors who've been watching Japan from the outside, SusHi Tech is the most efficient entry point the market has ever offered. The business card you exchange on April 27th does not have to end up in a drawer. Now, if you can't make it to Tokyo, you can still be there. Remote participants get more than a live stream. On-site staff will walk the floor on your behalf, carrying a device that displays your face so you can interact with attendees and exhibitors in real time, face-to-face. It's the closest thing to actually being there. Now, if you can't actually swing that either, ticket holders can stream sessions online and tap into the programming from wherever they are. There are some helpful links in this article, and I have linked this article in the show notes. Investors are aggressively courting AI researchers to build startups that can make AI more reliable and efficient. Yusu, an Ohio State professor leading an AI agent lab, said he initially resisted the pressure from VCs to commercialize his work. Well, he finally took the leap last year and spun out his work into a startup when he saw that foundational model advances could make agents truly personalized. NeoCognition, a startup that Sue describes as a research lab developing self-learning AI agents, has just emerged from stealth with $40 million in seed funding. The round was co-led by Cambium Capital and Walden Catalyst Ventures, with participation from Vista Equity Partners and angels, including Intel CEO Lip Bhutan and Databricks co-founder Ayan Stoica. Sue told TechCrunch, today's agents are generalists. Every time you ask them to do a task, you take a leap of faith. According to Sue, the issue lies in a lack of consistency. Current agents, whether from Claude Code or OpenClaw or Perplexity's computer tools, successfully complete tasks as intended only about 50% of the time. Since agents are still so unreliable, they are not ready to be trusted independent workers. NeoCognition intends to change that by developing an agent system that can self-learn to become an expert in any domain, similar to how humans learn. Sue argues that while human intelligence is broad, its real power is in the ability to specialize. When we enter a new environment or profession, we can rapidly master its unique rules, relationships, and consequences. NeoCognition is building agents to mirror that exact approach. Sue said, "For humans, our continued learning process is essentially the process of building a world model for any profession, any environment. We believe for agents to become experts, they need to learn autonomously to build a model of any given micro-world." Sue views this capacity for rapid specialization as the critical missing link to getting AI to work reliably on its own. While it is possible to train agents for autonomous tasks, they must be custom engineered for a specific vertical. NeoCognition is different because it's building agents that are generalists, capable of self-learning and specializing in any domain. NeoCognition intends to sell its agent systems primarily to enterprises, including established SaaS companies, which can use them to build agent workers or to enhance existing product offerings. Sue highlighted that an investment from Vista Equity Partners is especially valuable for that reason. As one of the largest private equity firms in the software space, Vista can provide NeoCognition with direct access to a vast portfolio of companies looking to modernize their products with AI. NeoCognition currently has about 15 employees, the majority of whom hold PhDs. That's all for now. For more stories like these, go to TechCrunch.com.